It's the universal challenge of the studying guitar player. Understanding your problem spots and fixing them. We all know the drill. You play something slowly 1,000,000 times and then speed it up. But sometimes you can feel that it's still not right and you can't figure out why. Well, what if there was a way to see what was really going on? The Magnet is the first camera mount that lets you use your phone to capture slow motion video of your guitar playing. Revealing movements that flash by in only fractions of a second. I'm Troy Grady, and I'm an expert in fractions of a second. I'm the creator of Cracking the Code, a documentary series about the art and science of virtuoso guitar playing. In the show, we've pioneered the use of slow-motion video to reveal techniques used by the world's greatest players. I've spent years filming and studying elite players to understand their astounding accuracy and speed, and I've spent thousands of hours practicing and perfecting these same techniques in my own playing. Look, we're guitar players. We're a little bit obsessed. We'll play the same lick hundreds, even thousands of times.
Just that riff 1,000 times.
But if you can't find the rough edges, all you're doing is rehearsing the mistake to the point where that missed note looks exactly the same every time. It's perfect. It's just perfectly wrong. Now, we've been told that practicing day and night leads to improvement, but the key is that this only happens if you make specific adjustments and you can't fix what you can't identify. The first rig I built for this kind of analysis was a crazy contraption made of expensive parts. At the core was a $3,000 scientific camera that I had to write my own software to control. It clamped to the guitar with a makeshift mount that almost poked a couple guys' eyes out, and it needed enough halogen lighting to practically melt the players. Well, 10 years later, we can replace all that stuff with these. The Magnet is designed around the smartphone that's already in your pocket. And believe it or not, it's actually the greatest guitar camera ever created. It's impossibly thin, needs no cables, has a built-in battery, tons of storage, and can record for hours. It's got a built-in light that's actually bright enough, a built-in screen for immediate playback, and of course, the unbelievable slow motion capability. Modern phones can now film at between 120 and 240 frames per second for an incredible slowed-down view of your playing. Even 10 years ago, if you told me I'd one day be doing all of this stuff on my phone, I simply would not have believed you. And now, thanks to the Magnet, placing these incredible cameras in the ideal spot for filming your playing is faster and easier than ever. By simply snapping the jaws and dropping in your phone, you get a perfectly centered, lit, and focused view of your playing in seconds, with no knobs or screws to tighten. And it's the unique dual-axis adjustability that makes this possible. The Magnet expands in one dimension to fit 6- and 7-string guitars, 4- and 5-string basses, righty or lefty, and in another dimension to fit phones of just about any thickness. And thanks to its slot-loading design, you can adjust the phone's position to get exactly the right framing. And you can rotate to landscape mode to capture more real estate on wider-necked instruments. You can even flip the phone around to capture your fretting hand. But what if you want to film both hands together? With our GoPro adapter, we've got you covered. Got 2 GoPros? Go ahead, use them both. And you can do all this in seconds without straddling a tripod, positioning a light, and without needing to hold perfectly still while you play. In the middle of a practice session, there is simply no better way to do it. It took 10 years of fieldwork and guitar analysis and over 2 years of design and prototyping to get the Magnet to where it is today. But it still costs a couple $100 and several hours of painstaking assembly to make each one of our prototypes. With your help, we can make something even better. With an actual injection-molded production run, we can get material that's even smoother and more precisely fitting than even our professionally 3D printed prototypes. And if we can make enough of these, we can get the price down to a point that's reasonable for everybody. Now, I use this thing almost every day, not just in our productions, but in my own playing. The magnet that comes back from the factory will be the best camera mount we've ever made. And I personally am excited to use it. So please, take a look at our tiers and help us make the best smartphone camera mount for guitar players, the magnet.